Hello and welcome, dear friends. Thank you for joining. This is Raisa. I've been with you for over 4 years. Can you imagine? I truly hope that it's been helpful. There is much of the living knowledge in the playlist of the channeled messages and the playlist Step Up the Lightworker. There is more living knowledge available on the member page. If you believe it could be helpful, join and welcome to our community. So much has happened last year, this year, whatever. It seems that the time is not. Many of you have noticed how the time slows down and then it speeds up, or as if it's the same story repeating itself. This is all a part of the earth evolving into the next level of consciousness where all time is. This is moving up into the fifth-dimensional state where there is awareness of past, present, and future. This is how it is now easier to do remote viewing, to open up more of the abilities to commune with that which is not visible or sensed by the physical senses. At the same time, of course, living in the world of duality, where you have a contrast of light and dark, you will find some obstacles as well. For example, many have been reporting difficulty in ability to channel or connect to their higher self. This is due to debris in the atmospheric conditions, so to speak. We're not talking about weather. We're talking about telepathic atmospheric conditions up in the psyche due to too much of the radiation, as well as toxicity in the body and unconscious, subconscious traumas that come up on the surface in order to heal, let go, and begin anew. It is definitely difficult when all of it happens at the same time, but it is doable. Many are getting through, and so can you. This is nothing new. If anything in your past lives, you've done that. And if you don't believe in past lives, it's okay. You can believe that there are millions of other people who are going through the similar situation, just in a different style. Perhaps whatever you're going through now, maybe somebody else went through, let's say, 10 years ago, and vice versa. We're all in this together. This is not something separate. And we're all in this together, meaning that there are people around the world in various countries and various cultures who are beginning to wake up to their realization that there is more to them than the body. So they're beginning to learn about themselves as souls. This is the non-physical. When this realization opens up fully, or at least to a great extent where the person begins to seek their creator, then it is a full-on journey of rediscovery who you truly are. This world of contrast will definitely push you at some point. The difference is there are people who disregard it. There are people who want to be like an ostrich, completely blocking themselves off it, because it is challenging to have all the belief systems crumble. It is to rethink the structure of life. And those who are doing it are very, very brave. So if you are, good for you. You are a very strong person. The strength and intelligence is not necessarily in the logical, but in all senses. It is the spiritual intelligence, it is the emotional intelligence, it is internal strength, tenacity, willpower, and patience with self that is helping you. And this is what we are developing. Throughout time and times, we've had teachers, masters who've been helping us to awaken these abilities. The very famous and beloved is Joshua, who has been on the minds of so many, especially during the Christmas times, whether people are fully understanding his purpose of being here, where he has come from, and where he returned, whether he is going to visit us again, or however it may be. A lot of people are pointing their attention towards his energy, which is very, very helpful given where he originates from. His origin is the same as our origin, and that is the Creator. Through the spirit of love, spirit of light, that spirit of Christ, the energy of Christos, something that you've known in your past lives in very, very ancient times, because this energy has been known, it is known throughout creation. Everything and everyone that has been created was created through the energy of Christos. That's why activation of this awareness is a must for those who desire to move up into the fifth dimensional state of consciousness, where your awareness of past, present, and future is open, where you are, where you understand your beingness, your isness. This is a must due to the way that people live in that dimension. It is very important to know these things. Meaning, Christ consciousness activation and desire to learn it, to be it, and living in the fifth dimensional realm goes together. First, you would have to have that Christos activation, and then move with your body there. Why is it important? Because all the incarnations of the Christos, and Joshua is one of them, he's often spoken of the unity and oneness with what he called Father. So he would say that whatever he's sharing, the knowledge is not of his, but of the one who sent him, the Father. He comes from the Father, the Source. He goes back to the Father, the Source. He said that he would prepare space, he would prepare the places. These begin first as seeds on a soul level planted within your DNA to reawaken to the fact that you are connected to the Source, and in fact you are coming from the Source. Therefore you will always return to the Source. The difference is to remember that while in the body. This is a part of your ascension. When you remember this, you set yourself free. All of a sudden, the ceiling that is above you becomes vaster, bigger, and higher. So that expression, the sky's the limit, no longer applies to you, because you're able to see things cosmically, to know that a little life on the planet Earth is just a tiny, tiny experience, or a set of experiences that contribute to the overall of existence. But there is much more to life than what we are used to on this planet. In fact, life could be different. Lifing is different when you understand things cosmically, knowing that the way the cosmos is created and the placement of the Earth is for a big reason. The distance from other star systems that I'm talking about. Otherwise, with greed and unhealthy type of curiosity to dominate, would potentially inhibit a life on other systems. So the Earth needed to be in a further corner in order to learn how to treat their own species as humanely as possible before being able to see how to travel interdimensionally into other star systems. So you see how I'm rapidly changing the subject. In fact, it is all in one. You can't talk about one and not move into the other because it is all connected. So when I say we're all in this together, I also mean the dimensions and the consciousnesses, the awarenesses, the levels, they all intertwine into one. And it will always go back to your creator. It will always go back to the source. You can't live your life without the source. It permeates everything and anything. It beats your heart, expands your lungs, it digests the food, it loves music through you, it loves another through you, it enjoys life through you as you. Which means when you realize you are a part of that all, the all is in you, and you are in all, the unity consciousness begins to open up within you. That is the unity Joshua has been teaching, the unity consciousness. In the fifth dimensional state of unity, only those who are able to unify within themselves and to see another as a soul friend are able to live and enjoy life. In this world, and I don't mean the planet, I mean the system of things. In this world, the majority of people are still in the state of separation. This is not to judge or to blame. This is to say that it would be wonderful if more people could be open and strive towards that unity. The more we can see another as a spark of God, the better the life could be, moving into the unity, into more joy in life. So if you've examined your past year, how you did, this is very important because then you will see where you are, your progress, whether you've done great or maybe you've stagnated in certain parts of your life, or maybe went into a different direction which you feel you shouldn't have. Well, now is the time to rethink or encourage yourself depending on the results you see. That is writing down and journaling how you've been doing, looking at your past notes. Remember, journaling is very, very important. Every now and then we do gather in a group healing and you get homework, all kinds of exercises to help you. As well as throughout the videos, you will see certain notes, origins of words to look up in order to learn more of that sacred knowledge. It is not good enough to just say that you want to ascend. You must do and strive towards it. But of course the intention is important as well, because then it will be like a blind following. What are you following? Whom are you following? What are you doing? So you need to know, if you want to ascend, why? What is the reason? Because if there is no reason, then there is no reason to ascend. There has to be a reason of why each of us is doing what we're doing. What are we trying to achieve? And the reason always needs to be on a personal level. So many people say, because I want to help people. That's not good enough. What do you want? Find the core. This is not a selfish what you're trying to get out of it. This is just to set your priorities and to see your life clearly. Clarity. What do you want? Literally. And then examine. So writing down, journaling is important. When you do write down and when you journal, you will have inspiration to draw. Many of you have been sharing beautiful codes to understand what they mean. It is opening up that channel through which more and more information and codes come through. They are personal to each of you because each of you will have your own blueprint of your own soul. Those coded messages and geometric patterns that you have been seeing are for your activation of the remembrance. For example, if you receive something, don't just block off by saying, oh, look, I'm so special and I see all this. This is not enough because this is only an invitation. It is only an initiation. It is the beginning or just the next step, and it is up to you to connect the dots to begin to see a bigger picture. And when you begin to see a bigger picture, even that is not the full disclosure, so to speak. It is the continuation because there will always be more. See, God is living. When you come from the living source, life is for the living, which means it will always produce more. There is no end. There cannot be the end. Therefore, you will always learn more and more. So when something comes in, it is an initiation and it is a continuation in order for you to see what has led you to this, what this means, and then what you need to discover next for you as a soul, as well as for you as a part of the collective of human race. When certain parts are initiated, then you will be able to perceive things cosmically, but we'll get there. This is a personal journey. It is between you and you. You may receive help from either other people, from your higher self, definitely, from your spirit guides. At the same time, you will always have free will to go at your pace, to rediscover yourself. Free will is a very strong law on this planet right now and in this dimension. Third dimensional living is challenging in that sense that you are to make your own decisions regardless of help, advice, or guidance. Hopefully, this past year has helped you realize that you are on your own, that you are creating your reality by yourself. If you allow another to help you or to misguide you, for example, it is still your responsibility. This is why living in this reality is not easy. Our higher selves, they understand that. This is why we get another chance and another chance and more time in order to finally get it. Every time opportunity comes in, whether in the form of extension of your timeline or another experience in life, take it as a good thing, as a positive thing, because that means that your spirit team is rooting for you and they truly want you to succeed, basically graduate from the level where you are and to go to the next.